In the previous episode of the Bovenkamer, I reviewed this Seiko RC1000 2 kilobyte databank watch. It was made in 1984, and today we will discover how databank watches evolved over the next 15 years. Therefore, I have this beautiful Casio PC Unite. It's from the end of the 90s, begin nillies, and it is a databank watch that communicates with a personal computer through infrared communication. I found a nice one in the original box. It's a new old stock, so I'm thrilled to see what's inside. Let's have a look. This is the box, the front of the box. It is Casio link with PC Unite. PIM, Personal Information Management Function. That must have been quite a buzzword in the days. PIM. I have a PIM watch. Yeah, right. So, it has a text browser function. We will find out soon what that means. And a two-way infrared data communication. That's already a big enhancement if we compare to the Seiko RC1000. That one had only one-way data communication. It always sends data to the watch, but it couldn't download data from the watch. And it has, of course, a world time function. So this is a nice picture of what we can expect inside the box. Then there's a very interesting side and another very interesting side, which says the PC requires use of the PAD2 infrared adapter that comes with the watch. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. All the other sides are pretty boring. Here's the barcode, BZX-20 is the type number. Okay, that's that. Let's open it. And what do we find in this box? Another box, which looks pretty much the same. Not pretty much, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Okay. Open it up. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's a nice packaging. Oh, it even has the price tag on it. There's no price on it because it's priceless. BZX-20, that's the model number 1910. If you want to know more about this watch, you can search the net for this number, 1910. So here we have a lot of text to read, and this is obviously the infrared port to connect to your computer, and this of course is the watch module. It says again link with PC, and let's have a closer look at the specifications here. So it has a 24 kilobyte of data. Nice. The Seiko had only 2 kilobyte of data, so that's multiplied by 12 over 15 years. Well, it's not bad, but that's not very good either. So, well, it's 24K, alright. It's not bad. PIM functions, we will see in the manual what that means. You can schedule up to 340 entries with 15 character messages, date, time, and it has a 7-day schedule view. Wow. Contacts up to 680 entries with 8 character name and 12 digit number. Who has an 8 character name? 8 characters is not enough to store names in it. If you know 2 Jean-Philippes, you have a huge problem. Well, you should defriend them to be able to use this watch. Okay, to-do list up to 340 entries with a 15 character message A text browser up to 8100 characters. That's about 8K of text. What? Can you store a book in it? Is it an early ebook reader or something? Infrared data communication, we already knew that. And data sent and received with a PC. Oh yeah, a palm-sized Cassiopeia. A palm-sized PC. Palm computing. So there's also an interface with those palm-sized things. Nice. Business card exchange with another PC Unite. Oh, so I think you can communicate directly with another PC Unite without this thing and without a computer. By the way, this is the infrared port of the watch, you see. Maybe if you don't know what you're dealing with, you might think it's some kind of solar panel. Okay. And then there's some other functions like world time, alarm, stopwatch, and electronic backlight. So let's take it out and see what's more in here. Okay, that's the watch. This is the infrared module cable with a serial 9-pin interface. Well, my mouse is in that port. Well, I have to attach it to the second COM port of my computer, maybe with an adapter to 25-pin. That's a problem to solve later. A nice piece of foam when you have cold. A quick start guide. So this is the guide to use for data communication with the software. This is obviously a quick start guide for the software that comes with it. We have a huge manual. Of course, it's in many languages, so only the first part is English until like here. Okay. This is already German. So, okay, data communication reference. So we have about 40 pages or something. Okay, that's the explanation of the watch itself. Yeah, nice. Some end user license agreement for the software. Guarantee stuff, warranty stuff, I mean. Some other piece of, I don't use this paper. And the CD. Oh, like I told you, it's new old stock. It's never been opened. Look at this. Okay, we'll use that soon. Nice. So let's have a look at the watch itself. The watch is on my wrist now, so I can show you some details of how to use it. First of all, those small things here are so tiny to read that I really have to use my close-up macro lens to make them clear to you. It says morning, afternoon, evening, link with PC Unite. Okay. Then here we have work, home, fax, call, email, other. These are fields from contact records. And then we have all the buttons, and we have a button on the side here and on the other side here. But with all these buttons, we can enter all kinds of data into the watch. It's not that easy because of course you don't have a keyboard with letters, but I show you how it's done. So first of all, we have this mode button. So now we are in timekeeping mode. And with the mode button, we can cycle through all the different data modes of the watch. So this is the to-do mode. It shows no data because obviously there is no data. Browser mode. Then there is the world time mode, alarm mode, the stopwatch mode. I can show that immediately. Split, stop, Okay, split time and 0. Then we have the user mode, there is no data, and in the option mode we can set some options. I still have to read that part of the manual. And one more time on the mode button and we are back in the timekeeping mode. So there are two separate buttons here for data, which are contact and schedule. You can go directly into your contacts, and it first shows some kind of index screen, but we have nothing in the contacts at this moment. So now I will try to remember to enter a contact. First we use the arrow, the forward arrow, to go to the next screen, which should scroll through the records, but there is no data, of course. So to enter a new record we have to hold this button for about 2 seconds. Let's try it. 1, 2, okay. Now we are in a new mode and we press this button again and we are ready to input the name. So you can enter letters with these two small arrows. Okay, A, B, C. So when I have to enter my name, Ivan, it will take a while. V, is that V? V, A, I'm lucky with that letter, and then N. So those rubber buttons are not so easy to depress. I use this stylus, which is a lot easier than using your fingers or fingernails. Ivan. This button is now a space. Okay, and this button is a backspace. That's what I thought. Is erase this letter. So now that I entered my name, I use what was it again? The mode button. Okay, and now I can input a phone number, for instance, at work. Again with these arrows, 0, 1, 1, and so on. Mode button again, we input my home phone number, work fax number, home fax number, some auxiliary call number, I don't know, call number 2, other numbers, and even an email address and something else, just random text. Now to store the whole thing, we press this button again. It says busy, it was storing the thing, and now I'm on the record for Ivan and I can scroll through it with I'm not sure, this one, okay, with the arrow forward. 011, that was the number I entered for my work phone. Come on. There are no other fields in this record, so I'm going to delete it. So therefore I depress this button again for 2 seconds and I'm in some kind of menu, and I can choose to edit the record or clear the record. Enter. Are you sure? Clear, okay. Busy, there, up. All clear. So as you can see, it's not a really easy way to enter data into the watch. It will take you maybe half an hour for one record or so, and then you didn't even schedule anything. So maybe it's better to have a look at the software. This is the disc that came with the watch. It contains the Casio PC Unite watch software version 2.0 to connect your PC with the watch through infrared. It also contains software, the same software, but for Cassiopeia PDA. So if you have one of those small portable computers, PDAs, you can also link with that. Alright, let's open this one up. There we go. Hopefully we can successfully install this. This is the install screen. We have a lot of options here. These ones are links to the watch manuals. They are all on PDF format on the disk. The watch manual and the watch software manual. What a nice front page. It's all structured in PDF. Very easy to navigate and read. Also for the Cassiopeia and so on. But of course we're going to install the watch software. This program will install, of course. That's a good directory. Setup is complete. That was very quick. You may run the installed programs. Okay, thank you very much. Right. I had to find another computer. Look, I have this Pentium 4 Windows XP machine now. I had to change because on the previous one my mouse was connected to the 9-pin COM port. I think there was a second COM port 25-pin, but I had no adapter that was that I could use to physically connect this infrared thing to the other COM port. So and I didn't also want to lose the mouse because it's difficult to navigate through this kind of software. It just doesn't work without a mouse. So I already installed the software on this one, so let's dive right into it. As you can see, maybe I hooked up another screen to avoid those moire patterns and stuff. This one is better for my camera, so we have no noise over the image. Okay, so after the installation we have this icon, a beautiful icon, and when we boot the software the only thing we get is this tiny thing here. It's actually a menu with all kinds of stuff, and when we look at this icon, you have to assign a name to your watch because you can manage multiple watches with this software program. Mine is called the Bovenkamer and it has some settings. It's a PC Unite watch and I communicate with it over the first COM port using a Casio Pad 2. That's basically this thing. Okay. Now we can start filling in some data. First of all, we need to enter our own user data. So my name is Ivan. My work phone is 01252525. If you call that, of course, I will pick up always. I also have a telephone number at home and a fax. Who hasn't have a fax machine these days? Okay, if you're out of toilet paper, you send yourself a fax and you can go on. Right, email addresses, ivan@bovenkamer.be. It does not exist. And of course some notes. I click this to say to the program, when we synchronize with the watch, please transfer this data. Okay, and then we can start entering other data, like this is the contact page. It sits in some kind of directories. This is the watch index, so I again can enter the name of George. I can't use tab, I use enter. Okay, work 05552525, home 03552525, and so on. Work fax. As for some reason I cannot make this window larger, so I have to use these arrows to go to the next cells. Okay, so email George at something dot nowhere. Oh, I clicked OK. Is that stored? Okay, that's stored under G. Okay, it makes an index. Nice. All right, so that's for the contacts. Well, this is something special. This is the browser. You can enter a lot of text here, so whatever, you can write poems or a book or memos or whatever you like. So for instance, I just say welcome to the Bovenkamer for all your 80s and 90s fun. Check out, oh no, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, folks. Okay, enough text. Let's get rid of this pound symbol. So that's one page. Okay, this thing, if you check this one, I can't uncheck it because it's the watch page. There's always one page. I can, I think, insert a new page, isn't it? Insert new line. No, I thought I was able to insert a new page. Clear cut, copy, transfer. Well, append new page. All right, so this is page number 2. Okay, and now we create page number 3, and of course, what's on page 3? Alright, that's it guys, enough text. That was the browser. You see here I have 97% memory free. We can schedule things, call, who do I have to call this time? Call school, I have to call school, and I will do that on maybe Thursday. At 0:21 it's not going to be open at that time, but maybe at 10:21. Okay, that's the schedule. You can schedule a lot of things. Feed my cat on Friday at noon. I will feed my cat at that time. He'll has to wait a few weeks now. Oh, there it is. It's marked, checked to be transferred. Okay, what's this? To-do list. Well, yeah, to do, what's the difference with a scheduler? I'm not sure, but the only difference I can find is you can give it a priority. Okay, priority 1. And you can, well, damn, every time I click OK, the window disappears, of course. You can mark this when your to-do is completed. Okay, so when we have another to-do, priority 1, don't forget this one. We have to do this immediately today. Okay, to do things. What's this? Oh yeah, so we did every type of data now. So this is a bit of file management. We can save this, all the data we entered here, we save it in a file. I don't know what file I'm using. I guess it's ivan.cvd. Okay, and maybe it's time to transfer things to the watch now. So to-do list, scheduler, browser, contacts and user data all have the status synchronise, which means it will sync with the watch. It will actually merge the data of this program with the data found on the watch. So if you don't want to synchronize or merge but just override the things, everything on the watch, you can choose override. Okay, override. And then it's strange that there's not one big execute button. You have to do every data type separately, so that's a bit strange. I will file an improvement issue to Casio. Maybe they will fix that in a later version. Alright, let's click execute and see what happens. So specified data will be overwritten in watch memory. I know, thank you very much. And now it's time to prepare for the transfer. Put the watch in data transfer mode and point the two infrared ports towards each other. That's what we're gonna do, but let's change a view of camera so I can show you how that goes. Okay, here we are. Let's try to synchronize the to-dos. So it asks to put the watch in data transfer mode, and we do that by pressing IR and enter. Okay, now the watch says find partner, and let's see what happens if we hit OK. It's looking for the watch and transfer is in progress, and it's done. And we get an overview of what is transferred. So we see that another to-do is transferred to the watch, and to-do is also transferred. Okay, nice. For the next one. So I again have to put my watch in transfer mode. Find partner, okay. Looking for watch. Oh, but I think this is the overview about what is going. Oh my god, something went wrong. We are back in the time, so that's not so good. What's going on? I think this is the overview of what's going to be synchronized, but it's not synchronized yet, so I have to click execute again. Okay, find partner, looking for watch, remote, transfer in progress, successfully completed. Okay, and now it says no change. So I have to do them all one by one. Okay. So I have synced everything, no changes at this moment. It takes a few minutes but a lot of clicks, so I really want another button to synchronize everything at once. Okay, let's now have a look to see how the data looks like on the watch. So this is timekeeping mode, and with the mode button we will scroll through all the data. So the first one are the to-dos. The first to-do is called another to-do, apparently. And with the arrow, I guess we go to the second to-do on January 3. It's just a to-do. Alright. We hit mode again, and here's the browser. We have 3 pages, and it sends me to page 3 immediately. Maybe we can go up to page 1 and see what's inside. No data. Why is that? Why is that? Okay, show me no data in page 1. Okay, go back, whatever. Page 3, and this says P2. What's going on here? Centerfold, line 1. Okay, so there's only one line. Let's go back. Now I had another page, of course. No data. Why is that? Page 2, page 3. Well, there's a line. Welcome to the Bovenkamer. Okay, that's line 1. That's line 2 of this page for all your 80s and 90s fun. And we can go to line 3. Please subscribe. So as you can see, only the upper part of the screen is used to show text and letters. The lower part is actually only for numbers, but of course a letter L is possible. Oh yeah, I don't know if this is very useful. This is the timekeeping zones for international time zones, the daily alarm, stopwatch, and user info was also editable on the PC. Let's see if we can find out some things. Okay, here you see that this little bar here shows that this is my work phone. Now this is my home phone. That's the fax number. Okay, and so on. Email address ivan@bovenkamer.be. It's not valid, guys. You can't mail to that address. And then options, and we're back in timekeeping, and I think schedules. There are 2 schedules. Oh yes, feed cat on January 18. I hope it's not dead by that time. And a second one, call school. So I have to call school on January 3rd at 10:21. Okay, and feed the cat on January 18 at noon. Okay, good. What is that? Okay, and the contacts, we have watch index, no data. I thought I entered 1 contact on the computer, but apparently it missed that one out, or the sync did not work properly, or maybe I made some kind of mistake. Anyway, we saw all the data on the watch. I don't know if it's very useful. It's a very small screen, but wow, it's a nice gadget, okay? Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this video about the Casio PC Unite. It is more a gadget than something very useful, but it gives you an idea about how we did things in the late 90s and early nillies. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to the Bovenkamer.